Hey guys, welcome to the 2022 Year 9 Algebraic Techniques 5.3 topic test. Here are the solutions. Question 1a, collecting like terms. 5 is the only constant, so we leave it alone. Combining the q squareds, minus 3 plus 5 gives us plus 2q squared. Combining the p's, minus 25 minus 7 gets you minus 32p. Final answer, 5 plus 2q squared minus 32p. Question B, we multiply the coefficients. Minus 2 times 6 is minus 12. And we combine the powers. So a to the power of 1 times a to the power of 2. We add the powers. That's a to the power of 3. 2 plus 2 for the powers of b gives you b to the power of 4. And c is just alone. Final answer, minus 12 a to the power of 3, b to the power of 4, c. Question C, we write it as a fraction. So 3x squared y is the numerator, 18y is the denominator. Once we do that, we can see that the y's will cancel. That gets us 3x squared over 18. 3 over 18 is 1 over 6. So the final answer is just x squared over 6. Question D is order of operations. So we do inside the brackets first, and we need to do the division first. So 8p squared divided by p is 8p. Everything else is left alone. Then we continue to work inside the brackets, and we can collect those like terms. So minus 7p plus 8p is plus 1p. Everything else we leave alone. Next up, we get to expand those brackets. So we leave 6p squared alone. Minus 4p squared times 3 is minus 12p squared. Minus 4p squared times p is minus 4p cubed. Collecting the p squareds gets us negative 6p squared, and leaving the p cubed alone gets you minus 4p cubed. Final answer, minus 6p squared minus 4p cubed. Question 2, we need to expand those brackets, so we draw our eyebrows. 5x times 2x is 10x squared. 5x times 7 is 35x. 5x times minus y is minus 5xy. Final answer, 10x squared plus 35x minus 5xy. Question B, we have two sets of brackets that we need to expand. For the first one, the number in front of the brackets is a 2. For the second one, there doesn't appear to be a number there, so that's an invisible 1. So now we draw our eyebrows. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times minus 4 is minus 8. Minus 1 times x is minus x. Minus 1 times minus 5 is 5. Then we collect our like terms. 6x minus x is 5x. Adding minus 8 plus 5 is minus 3. Final answer, 5x minus 3. Question C, we expand those brackets. P times p is p squared. P times q is pq. 3 times p is 3p. 3 times q is 3q. Final answer, p squared plus pq plus 3p plus 3q. Question D, we can use the special expansion, which is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So the first term squared is x squared. Minus 2ab gets you minus 6x. And b squared is plus 9. Final answer, x squared minus 6x plus 9. If you have trouble with that special expansion, you can also write it as x minus 3 times x minus 3 and expand it like the question above. Question E, similar process. It's a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. A is 3x, so we can write it as 3x all squared. And b is 5, so we can write the last term as 5 squared. In the middle, we have 2 times a times b, so it's 2 times 3x times 5. Expanding those, we get 9x squared for the first term, 30x for the middle, and 25 for the final term. That's 9x squared plus 30x plus 25. Once again, if you have difficulty with that expansion, write it out like question C and expand your brackets the long way around. Question F is very similar once again. We have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So a is x over 3. b is 6 over x. So a squared becomes x over 3 all squared. 2ab becomes 2 times x over 3 times 6 over x. and b squared becomes 6 over x all squared. Then we need to simplify that. So x over 3, when I square that, that becomes x squared over 9. In the middle, you can see that there's an x on the numerator and the denominator, so they cancel. And then when you do 2 times 6 over 3, that gets you 4. The final term is 6 over x all squared. So 6 squared is 36, and x squared for the denominator. Final answer, x squared over 9 plus 4 plus 36 over x squared. Question G is a difference of two squares, so it's just the first term squared minus the second term squared. So that's going to be 7a all squared minus 3n all squared. That gets you 49a squared minus 9n squared. Question H, I need to expand two sets of brackets and collect the like terms. So p times 4 is 4p, p times minus p is minus p squared, 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times minus p is minus 3p. That's the first set of brackets. Second set of brackets, p times p is p squared, p times 3 is 3p, minus 3 times p is minus 3p, and minus 3 times 3 is minus 9. Collecting all your like terms together, combining the p's, 4p minus 3p plus 3p minus 3p, that gets you p. Combining the p squareds, I have minus 1 plus 1, that's 0, so the p squareds disappear. Combining the constants, I have 12 minus 9, which is just positive 3. Final answer, p plus 3. Question I have x plus 1 all squared as the first expansion. That's just a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That gets you x squared plus 2x plus 1. Once again, if you have trouble with that expansion, you can use the longer method outlined earlier in this test. For the second one, there's a minus sign there, so we need to be super careful. So I'm going to put an extra set of brackets around those brackets, and then I'm going to expand into that before including the minus sign. So I put those brackets in, then I do 2x times x, which is 2x squared, 2x times minus 3, which is minus 6x, 1 times x, which is x, and 1 times minus 3, which is minus 3. Next up, I'm going to expand that second set of brackets. That means it's minus 2x squared plus 6x minus x plus 3. All those signs change when you multiply it by minus 1. The first term stays the same. Then I'm going to combine all my like terms. So x squared minus 2x squared, that's minus x squared. 2x plus 6x minus x is 7x. And 1 plus 3 is 4. Final answer, minus x squared plus 7x plus 4. Question 3, I look at my coefficients. I have negative 3 and negative 9. That's a common factor of minus 3. You can also use your calculator to get that as well if you need. Once you put minus 3 out the front, draw your brackets. Minus 3 times what will give me minus 3? That's a 1. Minus 3 times what will give me minus 9m? That's positive 3m. Final answer, minus 3, brackets, 1 plus 3m. Question B is another factorization question. 24 minus 9 and plus 18 have a highest common factor of 3, so that's for the numbers. Then I look at the x's. The most x's I can take out is 2, so that's x squared. And I look at the y's. The most y's I can take out is y. I open my brackets. 3x squared y times what will give me 24x cubed y? That's 8x. I do a similar thing for the other two terms as well, and I get a final answer of 3x squared y, brackets, 8x minus 3y to the power of 6, plus 6x cubed, close brackets. Question C, I need two numbers that multiply to give 24 and add to give 11. That's 8 and 3, so it becomes x plus 8, x plus 3. If you're unsure how to do this, you can also write all the factors of 24 down. That's 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Then you look at those and try and find which ones add up to 11. It's 3 and 8, so they're my numbers. Question D, I need two numbers that multiply to give 42, but add to give negative 13. That's x minus 6 and x minus 7. Once again, I can also write out all my factors of 42 and look at which combination works that way as well. For question E, I need two numbers that multiply to give negative 27, but add to give 6. That's x plus 9 and x minus 3. This time, if I write out my factors of negative 27, I have 1 and 27, 3 and 9. Either the first number's negative or the second number's negative, so I write it out both ways, and then I look at which combination works. Question F, similar to above, I need two numbers that multiply to give negative 22 and add to give negative 9. That's minus 11 and plus 2. So the answer is x minus 11, x plus 2. Question G is also a monic trinomial, but all the terms are mixed together. So I'm just going to rewrite them in the proper order for me to factorize. That becomes x squared minus 8x plus 12. Now I can factorize it. Two numbers that multiply to give 12, but add to give minus 8. That's x minus 6, x minus 2. Question H, I'm going to take out a common factor first. Taking out your minus 4 leaves you with x squared minus 8x plus 15. Then you can factorize that monic trinomial. That gets you minus 4, and then in brackets x minus 5, x minus 3. Question I, we also take out a common factor, but this time we're going to take out an x, because all those terms have at least one x. Once I do that, I'm left with x squared plus 9x plus 20 inside the brackets. I can factorize that. That gets me a final answer of x, and in brackets x plus 5, x plus 4. Question 4, I'm going to use KCF to change everything into multiplication. So I keep that first term the same. I change that division into a multiplication, and I flip my second fraction upside down, so it becomes 18 over m cubed. Then I work on the numerator. I simplify the numerator to give me 18mn to the power of 3. I simplify the denominator to give me 8m to the power of 3. And then I simplify my entire fraction. 18 over 8 becomes 9 over 4. I leave my n cubed alone on the numerator. For the m's, I have 1m on the numerator and 3 on the denominator. That's m squared on the denominator. That's 2 extra m's on the denominator. Final answer, 9n cubed all over 4m squared. Question B, we just subtract the numerators because the denominators are common. That gets you 2x over 20. Then we simplify that, and that becomes x over 10. Question C, we need a common denominator. That's going to be 6. So I put my invisible sets of brackets around the numerator, and I multiply the first term by 2 over 2. That gets me a common denominator of 6, and 2 bracket x minus 4, close bracket, plus x plus 1 on the numerator. I expand those brackets. That becomes 2x minus 8 plus x plus 1. I leave the denominator the same. Collect my like terms. That gets me 3x minus 7 on the numerator, all over 6. Question D, a little bit harder. We need to change both the fractions. So I'm going to start by putting an invisible set of brackets around both the numerators. The common denominator that we're going to choose is 24. So the first fraction is going to be multiplied by 4 over 4. The second one by 3 over 3. That gets me 4 bracket x plus 5, close bracket, minus 3, bracket 2x minus 7, all over 24. Then I'm going to expand those brackets. That becomes 4x plus 20 minus 6x plus 21. Minus 3 times minus 7 is a plus 21. You leave the 24 on the denominator the same. Then you collect the like terms. 4x minus 6x is minus 2x. 20 plus 21 is 41. Final answer, minus 2x plus 41, all over 24. Question E, we have 3 terms. We can do it the same way. 4, 2, and 3, we look for a common denominator. It's 12. So I multiply by first fraction by 3 over 3, the second one by 6 over 6, and the third one by 4 over 4. That gets me a common denominator of 12. I put an invisible set of brackets around all the numerators, and I write them as one fraction. Then I expand those brackets. That gets me 3x plus 6 plus 12x plus 6 plus 4x plus 4. Finally, combining the like terms gets you 19x plus 16 all over 12. For question F, we need each of those terms to be a fraction, so the last term I just change into 2 over 1. Now I need a common denominator for 1, 2, and 3. That's going to be 6. So the first fraction gets multiplied by 2 over 2, the second one by 3 over 3, and the third one by 6 over 6. I can write it all as one fraction, all over 6. So that's 2 brackets x plus 2, then plus 3 brackets x minus 1, and finally minus 12 on its own. Expanding those brackets gets me 2x plus 4 plus 3x minus 3 minus 12 all over 6. Collecting the like terms gets me the final answer of 5x minus 11 all over 6. The bonus question at the end becomes a lot easier if you remove the y's. Then you get a monic trinomial, which factorizes to x minus 3, x plus 1, and then you can just add the y's to the second term, so it becomes x minus 3y, x plus 1y. That's it. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.